Hey everyone, we're out here with our International Motor Press Association test day. It's a little bit rainy, but we have the all-new Mini John Cooper Works hatchback here, and it looks absolutely epic in this specification. We have to have a quick drive up the mountains here in Pennsylvania. Love the center exhaust tip and all of the fun stuff on here. An Ioniq 5N heading out, but let's go take this thing on a quick drive because we don't have too much time in this vehicle today. Some fun mini sounds. We can start it up. Go-kart mode will begin soon, and this is a fun little car. We have around 220-ish horsepower, I think, right? And 280-ish pound-feet of torque. Front-wheel drive, turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. We can pop this up right here to go right into go-kart mode. Some fun sounds in there, and then we actually have some more additional settings within go-kart mode to make it a little more aggressive from sport. I think there might be a Sport Plus drivetrain as well, so we may test that out. Steering behavior as well, driving dynamics. I'm going to keep traction control on for right now, but we can also go back to our main kind of go-kart experience mode display. Let's go head out on the road. We have our drive selector here. We also have a sport mode for this dual clutch gearbox in this particular little Mini. Very fun little car out here on these mountain roads. Wish the weather could be a little bit nicer today, but this is our first drive here on Allcarnews of the all-new Mini Cooper hatchback. We've been in we have been in the plenty of different Countryman models, from the electric to the John Cooper Works as well, but now we get to test out a good old real Mini here, and it still has that fun go-kart formula. There is plenty of water out here, so I'd be a little bit careful. This engine is definitely peppy, and you know, these new Minis have a lot more kind of engine sound pumped in through the speakers with their drive experience sounds, but they still have some good actual natural exhaust note out of this B48 engine under the hood here, so that is still a welcome treat in this all new Mini Cooper hatchback here. And all the fun gimmicks and things really make this whole Mini experience that much better, in my own opinion. We have really fun graphics out of this infotainment display, despite it being a little bit complicated to use in some scenarios. Good visibility out of these Minis as well. We also have a massive dual pane glass roof still, which is nice, and plenty of fun performance goodies on this John Cooper Works model, from upgraded brakes, suspension, which is a little bit on the stiffer side, I will say, and all those fun stuff here. But driving it out here on these little twisty mountain roads, albeit some fog and some potholes to avoid, I think it's still a fun experience, though, albeit in the sport mode, definitely feels a little bit on the stiffer end of it. Steering's pretty sharp. You know, we have front wheel drive, we have a kind of differential up front there helping to manage traction. Turning is really great actually still, even with this slippier conditions out here. So we have good traction management out of this John Cooper Works hatchback. I'm glad Mini still makes this vehicle and offers it here in the United States. Sure, we don't get manual transmissions anymore, but I think this is still a fun package for some people to kind of opt for, especially if you're, maybe coming out of a Fiat 500 Abarth. We don't even have that in the US anymore, so you can transfer right over to this vehicle. I think you'll have more space, more fun, more reliability, I would think, as well. Good handling around these corners. Very planted, even for having front-wheel drive. There's a lot of grip out of this Mini, which is really great. It's UKL architecture. Mindful of these potholes out here as well. We can always hope for some better conditions, but so far so good in this all-new Mini. So everyone, yeah, we are in the all-new Mini Cooper John Cooper Works hatchback here. Pretty fun on this interior. It's also pretty quiet in here actually for this, you know, entry-level vehicle from the BMW group. At the end of the day, it's quite nice. Seats are pretty comfortable. Did you say the seats are comfortable at all? Or? Yeah, the seats are very comfortable. Yeah, they offer pretty good support as well. And honestly, this thing's pretty good out on these roads, even with these really wet conditions. You know, these smaller Minis don't get the all four-wheel drive system, but they've traditionally always been like that. And it's pretty good with traction, I have to say. I've had no issues so far, even in some puddles and stuff, going around a corner, putting it on throttle as well. No problems. They still have that fun kind of go-kart experience. And unlike the Countryman, this hasn't really grown that much more in its overall footprint. So you still have that short wheelbase, twitchier little fun chassis to kind of drive around in here. What do you think about the interior, though? It's definitely bold.
I would definitely say it's nice. They definitely use the space really well. We have a lot of storage compartments, which is really nice.
Is definitely interesting. It's a little more compact than you would find in the Countryman, which is definitely as expected.
We also have a nice wireless charger up here, which you could just slot your phone in.
Yeah, that is definitely interesting. There's like a strap actually on spacious, lots of room. You know, rear seat passengers may have to chop their legs off, as you know, but it's a regular, good old 3-door mini hatchback at the end of the day. So it is handling these roads like a absolute champ.